Good afternoon, Sweet Light family. So it's your girl Nuru. Once again, welcome back to the channel. This is Sweet Light. And today we're in the kitchen and I'm cooking up some mackerel rundown with fresh coconut milk that I'm going to make myself and some dumplings, green banana, and ground provisions. So stay tuned, guys. This one's going to be a sweet one. So we have sweet potatoes, one of my favorites, some yam, green banana, green cabbage, purple cabbage. We have onion, tomato, star to show the mackerel, seasoned peppers, my dumpling ingredients, and we got to move across the counter. Coconut blender's already set up. Stick around. First, I'm going to open up the coconut. Oh, this one's full. Now to rinse and go to the blender. Just cutting them up into smaller pieces. More uniform chunks, if you will. Time for the blender. I'm going to get on the mackerel in the meantime, because that could be boiling while I'm dealing with the coconut. Let that heat up first, and I'll put it in boiling hot water. I'm gonna put it in the blender a second time. And I'm going to use the coconut to make my coconut dumplings too. Zero waste. The water is boiling for the mackerel, so I'll go ahead and add it. I might need to cut this. I was deciding if I should cook the whole thing. It's just me, so I'm not gonna cook the whole thing today. The coconut milk has been blended a second time. So I'm just gonna strain it out. Just washing off my hands. Gonna get the provisions peeled so I can get them rinsed off and in the pot. Then mix up my dumplings, let that rest for a little bit, and we will be on our way. I hope that you all are having a blessed day, whatever day it is that you see this video, wherever you are in the world. Know that love, peace, and light follows you wherever you go. Because why? Because we are children of the Most High God, and He wouldn't have it any other way. This white yam skin is thick. Ooh. So guys, as you can see, we've got our ground provisions nice and washed off. Got the water over here boiling for them. And I put the mackerel on for a second time to boil. So I'm gonna cut these up when that water starts to boil. In the meantime, I'm gonna mix up the dumplings. Stay tuned. So guys, here we have wheat flour and half of the coconut. I'm gonna add some coconut milk to it, added a little bit of salt and a little dash of sugar because that's the way I make my dumplings. And I'm gonna knead it up and let it rest for a little bit before adding it to the pot with the provisions. Stay tuned. Did my workout for the day. I'm gonna leave it, let it rest for a little bit. Now we move on to the mackerel. So here we are. We have our fresh seasoning, washed, peeled, and ready to be chopped up. The mackerel is on for a third boil because, oh my goodness, it's still very salty. So stay tuned. Now I'm going to cut up my fresh seasonings, onion, garlic, seasoned peppers, tomato, fresh thyme, and scallions from the garden. I love garlic. I love pepper, hot pepper, but our seasoning peppers, our local seasoning peppers are not hot. So pepper sauce is already on the counter to add. I want to give a special shout out in today's video to the one and only Empress. You're supposed to be here making these dumplings, but I'll give you a pass this time. And I chop these up, seeds and all. Uh-oh. Guys, it's time to get in our ground provisions into the water. I boil my bananas with the skin on because it keeps more of the nutrients intact. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to do. Once again, thank you for your continued support and joining me along on this sweet and light journey. And I just felt like some rundown today. So big up to all my Yardie them, especially my family there in St. Anne, Higgintown to be exact. Big up yourself, brethren, and the entire family, mama, daddy. Empress, I already done big you up. Mark, Glenn, TV, everybody, big up yourself. KK, Jody, Michael, even little Milky Face Lakem. While the pot's bubbling, I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. Zach and JJ, you know I gave you a shout out on the last time. So make sure, brethren, I said the entire family. I don't want no beef all the way from Jamaica. So big up yourselves. Anybody I missed, tax it to my head and never my heart. All right? Thanks for coming along on the journey. Peace. So I'm going to go ahead and take the mackerel out of the water. And of course I turn off the wrong stove. So I can get them deboned. So I use avocado oil cooking spray. Just a little to the pan. This is our fresh seasonings. Onion, garlic, tomato, scallion. Gonna let that cook down for a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm getting the mackerel deboned, getting all the bones off of it. Then we're gonna prepare our fresh seasoning and herbs and get it to the pot with the coconut milk. I don't want it too shredded, but I do not want any bones. So I have to go over it real good. I don't remember when I learned how to make this, but I know it was a long time ago. First time I tried it, I fell in love with it because probably of the coconut milk. And it reminded me of home. This is not a dish that most Kittian households would cook. Growing up, Saturdays, my mother would cook, Saturdays in New York, I would say. My mother would cook like goat water, souse, pig foot, those type of things. Every Saturday, she would make something from St. Kitts. Through the week too, but on Saturdays you could count on goat water, black pudding. My mother was queen of black pudding. If any of her friends are watching, they can attest to the fact that she taught many of them how to perfect their black pudding recipes. My mother could cook. So thanks to my grandmother and then my mother, we all grew up knowing how to cook. So trying different things, really not a problem for me. My quest is to be a better baker. That's the challenge I want to try to tackle, is baking. Like cakes, pies. I don't know who's going to eat them yet, but you know. Okay, I think that's it. Stay tuned. I'm going to add just a little bit of my Sazon Tropical. Don't want to add too much because we know that there's still residual salt in the mackerel. This is some ground ginger. I'm not going to use that one. This is garlic and parsley, even though we have fresh garlic. And a little bit of my Creole pepper sauce. Staple in my kitchen for the last few decades. This is the coconut milk I just made. I put some in the dumplings and I put some in the pot with the ground provisions. I'm gonna let that cook down a little bit. Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna get ready to add the balance of my fresh seasonings and let it continue to reduce a little bit, thicken up, and then I'm gonna put in the mackerel. It's coming along nicely. I think it's time to add our dumplings. So I didn't press record, but I went ahead and added the mackerel to the pot. Rookie mistakes. Time to drop in these dumplings. I like my dumplings big. It's ready to go. That's no fuss. Somebody might say, you made that entire pot for yourself? Sure did. This is going to be for me for the next couple of days. I have salad I can have in between then. Sure did. My mother made the best coconut dumplings, especially around Easter time with some fried fish and fungi and some kanki. All my kitishans and nivisions, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Got just the last few left. This is it. cut up some cabbage and put on the top of the pot. And that is it. It is a wrap. Sunday dinner has been finished. Now that's a pot of food. So nice and rich. Just right amount of gravy. Pot full of food. Thanks for joining me and indulging me today, Sweet Light family. We have made some mackerel rundown with coconut dumplings, coconut whole wheat dumplings, and sweet potato, cabbage, green banana, and yam. So I plan to indulge, and you have a blessed Sunday wherever you are. And once again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, stay sweet, and always walk in light. Peace. Here we have the finished product, a little bit of everything on the plate. Star of the show, the mackerel, our whole wheat coconut dumplings. We have yam, breadfruit, sweet potato, green and purple cabbage, and boiled green banana. All right, Sweet Light family. Once again, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, it's your girl Nuru. Tell your friends about the channel. Better yet, tell 10. Tell them Nuru's got a channel and she's doing some great things. And let's go along with her on the journey. So have a blessed afternoon. Peace.